Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. A question that often comes back is how can we make the Flash costume? So today we're going to try to answer that question, at least for a while, until people ask again. So here you can see our friend the Flash. This is the official NPC Flash character in DC Universe Online. And you can see this is our character, and it's as close to the Flash as we're ever going to get. At first, obviously, if you try to call your character the Flash, not gonna work. So you're gonna have to try to find an alternative. And here I've used Flash Fury. Eons ago, when we first had the electric powers, I'd used Flashback, but I was foolish enough to delete that character, and when I tried to recreate it, sadly I had to settle with Flash Fury. This was as close to calling it the Flash as I was able to get. If you're lucky, maybe you could find another combination with the Flash, but anyway. Right now I'm going to take a look at the, let's say, classic Flash costume, but I'll take a look at a few materials that you can use to enhance the look, and also an aura also that you can use to enhance the look. So right now this is about as close to our friend the Flash as we can get. How can we get this look? Let's get started. The first item you need is the Speedster Skull. Sadly, the only way to be able to get it is from the marketplace. If you are not a subscriber, the price for the Speedster Skull is $15. But you can see right now it's $13.50. It's in market cash, but basically 100 market cash is $1. Although at the time we were lucky when they first released the Speedster Skull, it was free for every subscribers. So at the time, all you had to do was subscribe, and then you could go to the marketplace and redeem it, and then you can redeem it for every single character in your account. So the Flash Cowl is the first item you need for your character. The second thing you need is the Flash Emblem. You can get the Flash Emblem from the broker. And there's two versions of the emblem. There's the enhanced version of the emblem, or there's the regular version of the emblem. Right now, I'm wearing the regular version of the emblem. Be careful. There's also a Flash Jagaric emblem, so make sure not to purchase that one. Make sure that what you're purchasing, is the Flash emblem. Like you can see here, this is the regular version. And by contrast, well, you saw it before, but just to be safe, here's the enhanced version. This is the one that I'm using right now. If for some reason you do not want to use a broker, there are other options to get the Flash Emblem. Let's take a look. The second option would be to purchase it from our friend Booster Gold. If we look at what our friend Booster Gold is selling, if we go all the way down, you will see that Booster Gold is selling the Flash Emblem from 193 quarks, or the enhanced version of the Flash Emblem for 584 quarks. I made a video or two about how you can get quarks for free, or I made a video also on how you can purchase the Flash Emblem for free. So if you need more information, look at those videos. But basically, you can purchase those two emblems from Booster Gold, but you're going to have to farm for quarks in order to be able to do that. Since we're already here, you can get 25 quarks for 100 source marks if you go to the quarks vendor that is right next to Booster Gold. The same is true if you're an evil villain and go to the Hall of Doom. The third option would be to simply open Team Up Time capsules. Sadly, in order to be able to do that, you're going to have to use the broker, because right now Team Up Time capsules are no longer available in the game. Let's see if Team Up will do. So as you can see, sadly, in order to be able to open Team Up Time capsules, you are going to need a lot of money on the broker. But you can see there's a whole bunch of Team Up emblems. The Flash was one of those emblems. But if you're going to purchase Team Up Time capsules, you may as well just purchase the Flash emblem from the broker. I know that for free-to-play players, it may not seem like an option, but if you are a legendary player, there's no reason why you cannot just farm for cash and eventually purchase the Flash emblem from the broker. And again, if you want the enhanced version, you're gonna have to pay a bit more. But if you're willing to settle for the regular version, you can get it for roughly 3.5 millions. The third thing you need is the belt. There's two versions of the belt. There's the Speed Force Spectrum, and there's the Speed Force Spectrum version 2018. I will show you both options so that you guys know. So for the Speed Force Spectrum, you just have to talk to your friend, the original Flash right here, and you can also see the style on the display. So let's start to our friend Flash.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it? But not every fast talker can get into it. You have to earn the right. Good luck.
So here at the top of the vendor, you have the electric speed belt, which is the Speed Force Spectrum belt. You can see it costs 10 source marks to purchase. This is the DPS version. If you want to have the roll version, let's say the healer version, the tank version, or the troll version, you have to scroll a bit down. And you have the very same style, but this is the healer version because my character is a healer. If your character is a healer, you're going to see the healer version. If your character is a troll, you're going to see the troll version. If your character is a tank, you're going to see the tank version. But the style is the same, and as you can see, the price is the same. The only distinction is the stats of the piece of gear are a little bit different. Or you could purchase it from our friend, the Vending Unit 00. But in order to be able to purchase it from the Vending Unit 00, you have to be Tier 2, which means you have to be combat rating 43 or more before you can purchase it here. Sadly, I cannot show it to you because I already have the style. So I'm not sure exactly what the price is. It used to be 10 marks of victory. So I assume it's probably 10 source marks, although the prices have changed, so it might be a bit cheaper nowadays. And if for some reason you want to purchase the Speed Force Spectrum 2018 belt, you have to go to the marketplace. So as you can see in the marketplace, you have the enhanced Speed Force Spectrum suit. That is the Speed Force Spectrum suit 2018. You can see right now it's 540 marketplace cash, so 600 marketplace cash if you're not a subscriber. Since my character is a I'm a subscriber, it's 540 marketplace cash from me. But you don't just get the belt, you get the whole suit that you see right here. And this is the enhanced version of the Speed Force Spectrum suit. I have a video about that suit, so if you search through my videos for like Speed Force Spectrum, you should be able to have a better look at the suit. And the fourth thing you need is the flash boots. So you can see the flash boots right now. There are two ways to get the flash boots. Actually, if you're a hero, there's only one way to get the flash boots. If you're a hero, you have no choice. You have to use a broker. Oh, the boots are more expensive than I remember. So right now, the flash speed threads, as they're called, or the flash boots, or the style flash, sadly, you can see right now they're worth 5 millions and 10 millions respectively. I have to warn you, prices on the broker changes all the time. So these are the prices the item is right now, but the prices fluctuate all the time. So sometimes the prices go up, sometimes the prices go down. There's a whole bunch of reasons why that would happen. But sadly, if you're a hero player, this is pretty much your only option to be able to get the flash speed boots. Actually, that's not quite true. An option would be to get it with a villain character and then use replay badges to purchase the style. Let me show you in just a second. Like for example, if we look at the boots, you can see there's a little number right next to each styles. It's the amount of replay badges you can use in order to purchase the style. So let's say you want to have the flash boots on your hero character. What you would have to do is that you would have to, let's say, farm. I'll show you the mission in just a minute. You will have to farm a mission over and over and over until you get the flash boots. Either your villain could give it to your hero character using the shared bank. That would be an option. Or the villain could consume the style, and then you could use replay badges to purchase the style from your villain. I have to admit, I forget how much it is to purchase the flash boots. But if you don't want to use replay badges, what you can simply do is that you can just go to your shared bank, have your evil villain put the boots in the shared bank, and then your flash character will be able to get the boots from there. So I logged in with my evil reverse flash character in order to be able to show you where you can go to farm for the flash boots. Technically, you have two options for that. You can go to the on duty menu. So on the on duty menu, you go to one player, and then you scroll down to tier 2. In order to be able to gain access to the mission at tier 2, you have to be combat training 43. So the mission is called Old Star Labs. So basically, you go into Star Labs, you fight a whole bunch of henchmen, and at the end of the mission, you fight the Flash and the Jay Garrick, the original Flash, and you have to help your friend basically Grodd to defeat them. And the reward that you maybe can get is the flash boots. Sadly, it is a rare item, so you will have to play the mission over and over and over again. So if you want to farm that mission, you have two options. One would be to play the mission every day using the on-duty menu. But if you really want to farm the mission quite a lot, as you can see, we're in front of the Star Labs building. And you can see there is a portal here to enter old Star Labs. Now let's go in just for the fun of it. So you will fight the Star Labs troop with a whole bunch of Grodd's minion. You could use the Devolver to turn yourself into a monkey. If for some reason that's not an option, you don't want to do that, you can activate the little console here, and you're going to be able to bypass that. So once you reach the end of the mission, you can see your friend Grodd. And you have to defeat the two flashes.
Just got an upgrade.
So once you defeat the two flashes, you have to talk to your friend Grodd. Let's do that.
You have done well.
Lap it up, Grodd.
And if we're really lucky, we'll get the
You
boots,
can't
but
hold me for long.
no such luck. That's usually why I suggest to people, if you can afford to, just buy the boots from the broker.
Have to escape.
Because you may have to play the mission over and over and over for quite a long time before you actually get the boots. If you're lucky, you're gonna get them quick. If you're not so lucky, you're gonna have to play this mission quite a lot before you can get the boots. So there are two ways to gain access to this mission. Either you use the on-duty menu and you go directly to the mission, but it's a tier 2 mission as you can see. Or you can enter the portal here. If you use the on-duty menu, you can only play the mission once a day, unless you use replay badges, which I wouldn't suggest. So if you use the on-duty menu, you can play the mission once a day. But if you want to play the mission over and over and over, you can just enter the portal over here. If you enter the portal over here, usually the mission resets after, I think it's 20 minutes. I never really timed it. Usually what I did is that I would play the mission once, I would go do a couple of missions, and then after roughly 20 minutes, I would come back and play the mission again. So if you do that, you can play the mission 3, 4, 12 times a day if you like, until you get lucky enough to get the flash boots. But personally, I much prefer to just buy them from the broker, because let's say I'm not usually lucky when it comes to getting rewards in DC Universe Online. As for the rest of the character's look, sadly when it comes to the gloves, we don't really have gloves that looks like the gloves that are from the Flashes. You can see the lightning pattern around the edge of the gloves of the character. Sadly over here, the closest we have is the Trim Classic gloves, I think they're called. Yeah, so the Trim Classic gloves are gloves that you can get straight at character creation. For the chest piece and the pants, I use the reverse slimline. But you don't have to. Any slimline pieces of gear would do the trick. Any slimline pants and any slimline chest would do the trick. Although I guess if you wanted a much bigger emblem, you could use the Stalwart Defender chest. So as you can see, the Stalwart Defender chest gives us a much bigger flash emblem. But personally, I kind of prefer the smaller emblem. But you decide which one you prefer. And some of you sometimes ask for the color code. Usually, I try to keep it simple. For the yellow, you can see I'm using FFFC00. For the red I just go all the way to the edge, so FF0000. For the yellow, I use 2 yellow. I'll explain to you why in just a minute. Basically, I'm using yellow and gray for the emblem. The enhanced version of the emblem is quite shiny. If I put the yellow really yellow, you can see what happens. And the same with the gray. If I put the gray white, if I put the emblem yellow and white, you see what happens. We end up with an emblem that's not quite right. So for the yellow for the emblem, I'll go with a darker yellow, 585A00. And for the white part of the emblem, I'll actually go with a sort of gray, 404040. I usually try to keep it simple, so usually when you guys ask me for a color code for certain characters, if you think in simpler terms, you'll probably be able to emulate the colors I've been using. And sadly, as you can see, there is a bit of tint in the boots, or even on the edge of the gloves. So even the bright yellow looks a bit darkerish when you use even if you use a bright yellow. I will show you how to bypass that in just a minute. But basically, this is pretty much it for how to recreate the look of our friend the Flash. In this video, I'm going to stick with the classic version of the character, or I should say the comic version of the character, although we'll take a look at a few alternatives in just a second. But basically, I will probably make this video for basically the classic costume of the Flash. I'll probably make a video for the CW version of the Flash, and I will probably make a video for Jay Garrick, the original Flash. Otherwise, it's going to end up being a way too big video and a bit of a mess. But let's take a look at a few other items that I'm sure you guys want to know about. First, let's look at the sparking aura. Basically, if you want to have a lot of electrical effects around your character, the sparking aura would be a good option to have. But sadly, there's a good news and a bad news. So let's start with the bad news, and I'll tell you the good news afterwards. There is an option you can get from the Quarks vendor. Sadly, it's only what they call a modular aura. Basically, you can see there's auras that covers only like the head, the hands, and the feet. Let's look at this one. Like, this is the energy cell aura. There is a similar aura that looks like the sparking aura. If you look at here, you can see the concentrated power set aura box. In that box, you can choose auras amongst like the flaming aura, the sparking aura, and a whole bunch of auras that are inspired by powers. And you can get modular versions of the sparking aura. Sadly, it's only going to be aura that covers the hands, or the feet, or the head, or in case you want it all, you could get the one that covers the head, the hands, and the feet, but it won't cover your character entirely. It will only cover certain parts depending on which one you purchase. So you could get a sparking aura from here if you want to. Another option, I guess, would be to come see the equipment supplier Starro.
Hello, combatant. The authorized number of trading marks can be exchanged for sections of state-of-the-art combat equipment.
And you could try the white solar aura. It costs 100 source marks. And here's what it kind of looks like. I'll show it to you a bit better in just a minute. I'll have to switch characters to do that. But basically right now it is the white solar aura that you can purchase either for 100 source marks, or you can also buy it from the broker. We'll take a look at that in just a second. So you could get the white solar aura from all in front of here, or you could get it from the broker. Let's go take a look. So you can see right now the white solar aura sells for about 7 millions. So if you don't want to spend source marks for some reason, if you have plenty of cash, buying it from the broker could be an option. So here I've switched character to be able to show you a good look at the white solar aura. Sometimes if we just look at the preview in the broker, it doesn't look quite the same as when we see it actually on the character. So I'd rather play safe and show it to you properly. Also, as you see, as I mentioned before, there is a slight tint to the Flash boots. One way to be able to bypass that would be to use a material. So the Sinister material would be an obvious choice for that. So if you do have the material, you just go to your boots and you equip the material. So that is one way to be able to get some nice yellow Flash boots. And you could decide to push things one step further if you want to. Here's a look that I kind of like to use. Basically, I'm using the red for the first material for the red part, and the Sinister material for the yellow part. And I kind of like the look of it. And where can you get the Fierce material or the Sinister material? Let's take a look. Sadly right now, the only place where you can get the Sinister material is from the broker, and as you can see right now, it's a little pricey, 35-40 millions. Sadly, that's the price you're going to have to pay for it. And for the Fierce material, sadly, there doesn't seem to be any right now. So sadly, you're gonna have to go to the broker any chance you get and hope to see the first material. But if it's not available right now, odds are when it is available, it's probably going to be very expensive. So the first option I would show you is the negative Speed Force material. You can see there's some electric effect on the material. So the negative Speed Force material is pretty much perfect for a flash type character. And for the yellow part, in this case I'm using the Glorious material. But there's a few options that you could use. Again, you could use the Sinister material if you have it. You decide. But I kind of like the two of them together. And where can you get the negative Speed Force material? Let me show you. I made a video already about that, so if you search for my videos for negative Speed Force material, you should be able to see all the collections you need in order to be able to get the material. But sadly, the rare collection is very, very expensive on a broker. You could purchase the collections from the broker, or you could try to get the collections from the Coordinate Time Capsule. But the rare collection is very rare and it's very expensive on the broker. Sadly, the better option is to come see our friend Booster Gold and to purchase the material straight from Booster Gold. It is pricey though, 5,174 quarks. That is expensive. That means roughly 500 time capsules. Technically less than that, but I usually go for the almost the most of the most. So sadly, it is an expensive option, but it is an option. If you really want to, you could purchase it from the broker, but as you can see, it is very expensive. And the same would probably be true for the collection. The rare collection you need for the material, usually it's almost as expensive as the material itself. So sadly, I know it seems expensive, but the better option right now is to purchase it from Booster Gold. And here's one of you guys, the Red Blur, who sadly would like to play, but tonight I only have time to make this video. Another option, I guess, would be to use the Void material. You may wonder what's the difference. It looks like the negative Speed Force material. It has two differences. The first one is, as you can see, it doesn't have the lightning effects that the negative Speed Force material has. But there is another nice thing about it. But the nice thing about it is that you can actually change the color of the material. So if you want to make the blue flash, you actually have that option. I will make a quote-unquote blue flash video. Basically, there were a few variations of the flash that had a blue costume. That's going to have to be a follow-up video. But just to show you that you can pretty much change the color of the material, which was one of the nice things about the Void material. It's one of the few materials where you can actually do that. And where can we get the Void material? Sadly, you're not gonna like the answer. The first option is the broker. Sadly, as you can see, it is a very expensive option. You could also try to get the collections. Basically, I have a video about the Void material. If you look at that video, I'll probably show which collections you need. But sadly, if you don't want to get the collections, as are the rare collections, are as expensive as the material itself. So your other option to be able to get the material, sadly, is to go see your friend Booster Gold. But sadly, buying it from Booster Gold is expensive. So as you can see, it's 5,174 quarks. So it is pricey to buy it from Booster Gold, but as you saw, it's even more pricey to try to buy it from the broker. So basically, you choose which option is the less pricey for you, I suppose. Just for the fun of it, I'll add one or two more options. The first option would be to create a White Lantern flash. Basically, you could use everything I already mentioned with two main distinctions. The first one is the White Lantern Core Emblem. Here in this case, I'm using the enhanced version of the White Lantern Core Emblem, but there is a regular version of the emblem. And as always, you can either purchase it from the broker, or you can purchase it from our friend Booster Gold. That would be one fun alternative for your Flash character. Basically, I've made it a White Lantern because this is my healer armory. It's pretty much that simple. And for the aura, I'm just using the White Radiant Aura. The better option would probably be, again, to purchase it from the broker. I guess the broker doesn't have the white radiant aura. So anyways, I guess that should be one alternative. And let's take a look at the White Lantern emblem, just for the fun of it. I guess they don't have the White Lantern on the broker either. That's so sad. So I guess the better option is to just buy the emblem from Booster Gold. As you can see, the NS version is 584 quarks. And the regular version is 193 quarks. I guess if you don't want to spend quarks for some reason, you could try to open time capsules and hope to get lucky to get it, but I was trying to suggest just bite the bullet and buy it from our friend Booster Gold. And one last look, just for the fun of it, I made what I call my Cosmic Flash using the Cosmic material. And I'm also using the Phoenix material for the yellow part. Sadly, this is the only Phoenix material I got. I was a foolish fool and I thought, well, I'll get another one eventually. Hasn't happened just yet, so this is my only character with the Phoenix material right now. And I have maybe 2 other characters that have the Cosmic material. I should have given that material, or those 2 materials, to my multiverse character, but I was a foolish fool at the time. I thought, yeah, I'll get some other for my character, for my multiverse. And sadly, it didn't happen. And also in the back, I'm using the Quicksuit back piece that you can get from the Earth 3 vendor. And sadly, for the Cosmic material, the only way you can get it nowadays is from the broker, and it's going to be either impossible to find, or if you can find it, it's going to be freaking expensive. Let's take a look for the fun of it. Sadly, no Cosmic material, but even if it was there, like if you thought the Void material was expensive, this one will be even more expensive. The reason for that is that it was an exclusive aura from one of the booster bundle, I think, and sadly it's been years now since we had that bundle. So trying to get that material from the broker is very challenging, to say the least. But it looks all kinds of awesome, so I thought you guys might get a kick seeing that look, even though sadly I'm afraid to have to tell you that I don't think you're going to be able to achieve that look with your character. So that is going to be pretty much it for now. So as I mentioned previously, this is pretty much my quote-unquote classic Flash costume video. I will try to make a follow-up with the CW version of the Flash costume, and I will try to make a follow-up with our friend Jay Garrick. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.